Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I am going to do a tarot collective for today. Today is Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025. I was fine. I literally just went for a walk. Maybe that's putting me to sleep. You may follow me on the talk, the tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, we love that for you. God's kiss. Whatever doesn't, leave it on the table for someone else. You don't need to take on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use Intuitive City Oracle, Rob Barthelman. You can find this at intuitiveintention.com, My Intuitive Intention on Etsy, TikTok Shop. Can I just stop saying that from now on? Can I just hold it up? Like, do we already know? How many of you know? Do you know? Put it in the comments. Do you know? Tell me you know. Oh, man. I'm a funny lady. Oh, all right. We got 2 on the table. Ooh. Hello. Okay, that was weird. That did like a flip off my nail, man. Maybe there's a reason why I still have these things. We got 3 on the table. Oh, pardon me. 4 on the table. I'm gonna have to make me some coffee. Sorry. It's just allergies and my nose is itchy and my septum piercing is weird and I can't wait to get rid of this thing. I put it on so early for the quinceanera. The quinceanera is still like 3 weeks away. 4 weeks away? I don't know. We got 4 on the table, 1 major. I should have waited. I should have just left the other one on because I like the other one anyway. Five on the table, 1 major. Let's do 2 more shuffles. It was just getting sunny out there. Like I could feel the sun at my back. And now it's gone. Back to the fall weather. It's kind of just a mishmash. I just heard someone's reaping their own judgment. Top of the deck is Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, Last Judgment, Page of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, and the Devil. Bottom of the deck is the Chariot and 2 of Cups. We've got Knight of Cups, 4 of Wands, one of my favorites, 6 of Swords, one of my favorites. And they're all my favorites. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna say that my favorite. The Star, my favorite. 6 of Cups. Okay, maybe not this one. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Swords. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It's kind of weird. It's like It's like somebody has a lot going for them. They're doing really good. I just heard marching through life. Oh, with the star card and the Six of Cups. I just heard the beginning of the end. Someone is looking at something. Someone is with the star card, like somebody is being compelled to like look at something. I think from the past. I don't know, like themselves or someone else. Ooh, a situation. I don't know. Like that. She looks so happy. She looks so happy. Yesterday was my grandfather's birthday. My grandfather passed away a few years ago. 2021, I think. Um, and he was on Facebook, believe it or not. He yeah, he was on Facebook and his Facebook is still up there. I don't think he ever designate my aunt, my dad's sister, youngest sister, was the executor of the estate after both my grandparents passed away. Because my grandmother passed away a few years after, well, like a year and a half after my grandfather, the end of 2022. So I don't think he ever, you know how they have the little thing on Facebook where you can put somebody in charge of your Facebook when you pass? I don't think he ever did that. So you can still go on his Facebook and post, and every year for like his birthday, and then um I think I've posted on there before for my grandparents' anniversary, that kind of thing. Like I'll just go on there and I'll post something. So yesterday I posted something on his Facebook, and I will continue to do so as long as it's floating out there. I mean, I think about him every day. I don't need the Facebook for that, but anyhow, she was just responding to my post. Anywho, my aunt. Yeah, somebody is being compelled to look at something, and it's not good. With the Nine of Swords, like it's not good. It's not good. Hmm. And you guys know how I feel. Like I've said this before. When you look at the cards and they come out the way they come out, when you look at them in the reversal, or if you have the reversal and you look at them in the upright, it's always the other side. It's always the mirror. Because whoever this is with the star card, like they're looking at something, they're taking note of something. With the Six of Cups in the upright, Rob Barthelman put on there nostalgia. In the reverse, he put release. So they're both right, right? Like this is somebody that's looking at something from the past, recognizing a memory, thinking about something. But at the end of the day, at some point, like they're going to need to release it. They're going to need to let it go. With the Nine of Swords, this is something that it puts them in their head. The reverse Nine of Swords, self-compassion. It, if you're thinking about something from the past and it gets you all cattywampus and it makes you feel like crap and you feel like a giant turd, what do I always say? Hold space for yourself. Have a little grace for yourself, right? Have a little comfort for yourself. The past is the past. You can't change it. You can go back and look at it. You can go back and think about it. You can go back, look at it, and then release it. You can't change it. It is what it is. It's going to make you think and feel the way that you think and feel, unfortunately, good or bad. And I don't know, I don't know if I ever looked at this card like this, but somebody might be being compelled to look at something from the past. And I'm looking at this it's supposed to be a feminine character on there. But when you really look at her, she kind of looks like a young girl, maybe a teenager. Maybe this person is thinking about things from their childhood, things that they need to heal from and then let go of. And it's funny because when you think about it, you have, in my opinion, you have 18 years worth of childhood memories, 0 to 18. Even 19, you're still technically a baby. 20, you're still technically a baby, but it doesn't matter. You have about 18 years worth of memories to go through as an adult, to look back on, to think about, to heal from if you need to, right? Because not all your memories are going to be horrible. Not all your memories are going to be about abuse. Not all your memories. Sometimes we have good memories, right? I have good memories of my childhood, a lot of good memories of my childhood. And it's those little ones that always creep back up on you that you forgot about and you remember and you're like, huh, like now I remember that. Like how long has it been since I thought of that? And it's funny because probably like May, June, I remember there was a couple days, like maybe within a week span of time, where I just all of a sudden remembered things from being a kid that I hadn't thought about in a long time. And when I say a long time, I mean, I'm 45, so we're probably talking like 30 years, maybe more. And I thought up I thought up these memories, and they weren't like abusive. They just weren't like the best, I guess you would say. Like just, stupid shit. And I remember thinking like, huh, like how, like what made that memory come up all of a sudden? Because I haven't thought about that. I haven't remembered that, again, probably like 30 years. And it's all about kind of looking at it, right? And dissecting it. And, if you need to heal from it, you need to heal from it. If it's a good memory, you put it in the good memory box and you keep it. If it's a bad memory, you figure out how to heal from it and then you throw it away, chuck it, get rid of it. Transmuting the energy. Because you don't want to sit in that. You don't want to become whatever that was. You don't want to become this. You don't want to become someone that's always in their head, always thinking negatively, always thinking bad about people, always, ad nauseum. You know, nobody wants that. Pardon me. And when I say with the star card that somebody was compelled to like look at their past, okay, I don't know why my eyes are watering. I'm not crying, but they're like tearing. Um, I should have brought a water in here. Like I'm really thirsty. I don't know what the deal is. I seriously don't know what the deal is. With the star card, Rob Barthelman put inspiration on there, and whoever this person is that felt compelled to look at the past, it might be because somebody said something and it triggered something in them, or somebody said like, oh, I went to therapy and I remembered this thing from my childhood, or it very much gives someone like seeing someone else do something or something happen for someone else, and then they're like, oh, hold on, like, mm, you know maybe, if I ever remember anything, like I'll take a look at it. And then it's like with this Six of Cups and this Nine of Swords, it's like, oh, yeah, I remember that from the past. Oh shit. Like, oh shit. Do I really want to dredge this up, right? We've talked about healing before. Sometimes it's not horrible, and sometimes it's really freaking horrible. I think it just depends on where your mindset is when things happen and how you deal with healing overall, how you deal with healing yourself, how you deal with looking at abuse and trauma, stuff like that. Oh, my friend messaged me. I gotta text her back. Just all that stuff, you know? Like, I don't know. And it's kind of funny because again, when all that stuff came up for me, like in May, June, probably like 3 or 4 little memories that I had. Um, it was more interesting for me, if that makes sense. Because, and I've talked to you guys about this before too. Like, I feel like when anything happens now and I'm involved, whether it's centered on me or someone else or something else, like I always feel like I'm more retrospective, or is it introspective? I don't know. But like I look at it from, I guess, an outside perspective, not an outside perspective, but an outside perspective. Like it doesn't hurt me like how things used to hurt me. Cuz now I look at it and I'm like, "Oh, I don't remember that." And then, I kind of laugh and I'm like, "Oh yeah. Yeah, that, this, that. And then like, "Huh, like that happened. Like, and just kind of working through in your mind, the logistics of it and what that memory meant, what that meant when it happened, and what it means now when you're remembering it. Because, uh, again, I don't believe in coincidence. I don't believe in chances. I believe in fate and destiny. And I believe you remember things when you are meant to remember them for certain reasons, because you're in a certain place in your life, because you need to remember it, because you need to think about it, you need to heal from it. And maybe it's relevant to something that's going on for you now. I mean, we already know that. I'm not the only one that thinks that, I'm sure. Not at all. And it's funny because the Knight of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Six of Swords, inspired pursuits, joyous occasions, a brighter future. This is what Rob Barthelman put on all the cards. When you look at how upbeat these cards are, when you think about that positive energy and then you think of whatever this is here, and you say, well, it can't really have an effect. It's something from the past. I have stuff up for sale on Marketplace. It's been there for months, and now all of a sudden somebody wants to send me a message, and it's probably fake. It's probably like one of those bots. This could affect your future. This Nine of Swords, this Six of Cups could totally affect your Knight of Cups, your Four of Wands, your Six of Swords. If you let it, if you don't know how to deal with whatever this is, if you can't figure it out for yourself, it could totally affect you. The thing is like, this is such good energy over here. Like, I would hate for whatever this is to just, like, knock somebody off their path, send them in a completely different direction. That sucks. I was actually, what's funny is I was thinking about this morning because I talk to myself a lot. It's how I work through stuff in my head. I don't know if it's a Gemini thing or a Virgo thing or a human thing or a Kim thing. But I've always done that. I've always talked through stuff with myself, sometimes out loud, sometimes in my head, sometimes both. But I was thinking about it this morning because I was thinking about having a conversation with my friend earlier in the week. And, well, earlier in the week, it is early in the week, but, well, is it? It's like halfway through. Well, okay, whatever. Anyway, I had a conversation with her about okay, about the guy that I'm in love with at work. If you like, if you follow, if you subscribe, you guys know. I've talked about it. I talk about it all the time. The guy that I'm in love with at work, my friend that's involved some way, they're seeing each other. I don't know if they're seeing each other. I don't really talk to them anymore. I talked to her a little bit before I went on vacation, and then when I went on vacation, like nothing, right? And haven't talked to her since. I saw her at work yesterday. I saw him at work yesterday. I did not talk to them. Granted, I wasn't working anywhere near them, so, Anywho, my friend, lovely lady that she is, she's like, "You're not talking to her? You haven't made up with her yet?" I've said this before, I've said this a million times. People always think that everything is my fault, and people always think that I should be the one to extend the olive branch. And here's the thing, when you're a healing person, you don't look at it like that. Like, I made a decision not to have anything to do with either of them and to let them be and let them do their own thing and be together or not be together. It has nothing to do with me. I took myself out of the situation. It was just easier for me emotionally, mentally, right? It just makes more sense. If they want to be together, they can be together. I'm not going to say nay or nothing, I'm all the way over here doing my own thing. And I just think it's hilarious that, she comes up to me and she's like, "You haven't made up with her yet?" It's not about making up with her. I don't hold anything against her. I'm not mad at her. I don't like, wish, her firstborn any ill. Like I just I can't be a part of that situation. I just can't be in the mix with the two of them. I just can't. And it's funny because this morning I was having this conversation with her in my head, my friend, not the friend and the guy I'm in love with. Anyway, I'm having this conversation with my friend in my mind and verbally out loud. And my neighbor Julie probably thinks I'm crazy. And it's funny because when I first had all this stuff happen with him, when it started happening with him, and I started realizing like there was something like we were like going gangbusters, and I thought like we were going to go out on a date. I thought he was going to ask me out. And then it was like nothing was happening. And then I was like, okay, he's pulling away and he's acting weird. And, you know, I started watching, and I would never lie to you guys. I started watching tarot readings on him, on his sign. Okay, not him specifically. I would not do that, but on the sign, on his sign. Okay, and some of it resonates, some of it doesn't resonate. Some of it is like, I wonder if that's really him. I mean, I don't know. But for a minute there, it gave me a little comfort to feel like I had even like the slightest bit of insight into what was going on in his world because I was no longer a part of it. Well, then I stopped. I stopped watching his sign, and occasionally, sometimes, like when I do YouTube and I put something on, and I don't get to it in time you guys know to like get out of it and turn it off. Like the next thing will come up, and sometimes his sign's gonna come up. It's just gonna play through like my favorites, all my favorite readers. And sometimes I just let it go in the background, but I don't get on there to specifically look for him anymore. And it's funny because like 2 weeks ago, three weeks ago maybe, I watched my sign, Gemini, and this person was like, yeah, that person from your past that you really thought something was going to happen with and nothing is happening. It's for a reason. And the reader's like, it's not just that it wasn't meant to be, it's that person has their own path. They're going in their own direction and they have their own lessons to learn. And then the reader was like, possibly a karmic lesson. And I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. Because when things don't happen, like when things weren't happening with him and it just seemed like things were going to shit, and then it seemed like him and my friend were dating, and I kind of called her out on it, and she's like, no, we're just friends, which I still think was a lie. Um, it's just funny to think about, like, look back and think about all those moments when everything was happening and everything, every day was changing, and to just think that it's because he needs to learn a karmic lesson. And it's sad to think that she might be his karmic lesson. Maybe they are each other's karmic lesson. I don't know. I don't know. And it's funny because I always know when I watch a Gemini read or a Virgo read, because those are my main two. Sometimes I watch Aries because I have an Aries moon. But whenever something like resonates for me, whenever something clicks for me, like I either perk up, like, oh, what, like, did I hear, sometimes my ear rings, sometimes my head buzzes, sometimes I feel it in my spine, things like that. In my opinion, that's when you know something resonates. That's when you know something is for you. If you don't get those kind of things, then it's probably not for you. And you'll watch readers and they'll always say, like, oh, I shouldn't be telling you things you didn't already intuitively know. Yeah, okay. But when you guys actually think about that, you're going to listen to a reading and you're going to hear things and you're going to be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, I already know that. Okay, that's what you already intuitively know. That's what's already in the back of your mind. But when you get that tingly feeling, when you get that buzz in your head, when you get your ear ringing, those are signs that something is for you that you didn't know, that it's there in the background. Like this, you were meant to hear this. This means something for you, for someone else, like that's why you get those things. So don't ever discount that. And you have to pay attention, because I've had instances where my ear rang, my head buzzed, I felt the chill down my spine. And then I went back like a week later, a few days later, and watched the same reading and I didn't get nothing. You have to pay attention when you watch that reading for the first time, when it is fresh for you. You have to pay attention to your senses and what's going on. Seriously. But it's funny because, like I said, I was thinking about, okay, so he has to go in his own direction and learn his own karmic lesson. And maybe whoever this is, maybe all of this positivity at the beginning is going to be delayed, because maybe this is their karmic lesson. Maybe they're going to look into something that, they need to take care of, and they're not going to be able to figure out how to take care of it. It's going to drain them, because that happens. Especially if we're talking about a personality that Oh, I'll just put that on the back burner. I'll deal with it later. I'll put that on the back burner. I'll deal with it later. Like, I don't need to think about that now. I can deal with it later. Can you, though? Can you? All right. I think I'm going to leave it there because I've rattled on long enough about personal BS. I hope it resonates for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.